Welcome to Palworld, where a major selling point of the game is being able to tell everyone you know it's so much different from Pokemon. I swear it's different. It's not just Pokemon with guns. You get to do other things, okay? I'm kidding, but not really. You awaken just like you would in any survival game with little to nothing on your body. You have to go and do the typical montage of collecting items so that you can get started on your base. If you look in the top right corner, you'll actually see the first few quests that are suggested for you to do. You get experience for collecting items, for collecting stone, wood, or all of those things. And all of this is incredibly important if you want to be able to build anything in Palworld. Beautiful. One thing I do love about this game is how cinematic it looks. You look around and it's just gorgeous everywhere you look. And I think that's one reason why it's not just a game that is a spin-off of Pokemon or a spin-off of other survival games. The actual effort was put into this. But I do have some things about the game that I'm not a major fan of, and we'll get into those later. In the meantime, we'll do what we do in every survival game, which is make our knuckles incredibly bloody as we go on a montage and break trees as much as we can. You know, I actually have a vendetta against trees. One of them pushed my great Aunt Helen down the stairs. Another kicked my dog. Yeah, that was kind of sad. I really like the level up sound. Oh, that's not what that was supposed to sound like. No, it's nothing like Pokemon. Nothing like Pokemon at all. Oh yes, my favorite pastime. Wasting precious seconds of in-game time to build something. Very nice. You know, whoever's idea it was to do that, get rid of them. Like seriously, what is this? Good Game Empire? We're trying to build an Archer Tower in 37 years? Come on, man. As you can see here, you have a tech tree in Palworld as well. Kind of interesting, but it's incredibly important that you go down the tech tree so that you can get these things called Pal Spheres. Can't really play the game without Pal Spheres. Sometimes the game isn't that great at telling you what you need to do and what's the best way to get the next thing, but I hear that there's a guidebook that you can read, but I'm not really one to read. Yeah. Reading and I don't get along. You have a little wheel that pops up after you buy all these things with your technology points that you get from leveling up. And you can just scroll through and build all the things you need to build. The PAL box is actually super important. That's where you keep all of your captured pals or pets or slave labor or whatever you want to call it. I mean, honestly, you're capturing them and making them work for free. Like, seriously, come on. And yeah, so we built a pickaxe, but oh, I don't have it. So I guess I'm just going to have to use my bare fists on the rock. Yeah, okay. Yeah, if you don't go back to your table and collect it after you build it, then you're in for a world of pain. There's this stuff called Paldium that you need to use for your Pal Spheres. If you don't have Paldium, then you're kind of just out of luck when it comes to building spheres. And honestly, a lot of stuff. It's super important. That's basically the basics of what you need to build in Palworld. Hey, did you get that? Did you get that? Yeah, I'll shut up. But now we're going to go beat up on this defenseless little creature and use our Pal Sphere to capture it. Yeah, so viewer discretion is advised, I guess. I don't know if you're, whatever. Just a game, I assume. But hey, I hear the fists are more humane or something. I don't know. That game's kind of messed up. But we don't really have an axe, and we need more wood to build an axe, so yeah. This tree killed my Uncle Ernie. That's why this one's getting beat up. Now that we have enough wood, we can finally build our PAL box, and oh, looky there! You can't build on platforms. Isn't that just fantastic? Isn't that nice? Listen, the game's in early release, guys. It's an early release. I get it. Really, I do. But that's like kind of simple, I feel like. I don't know. Kind of weird. Not a big fan of that. But hey, listen, if you spend time and really just build up your base, then eventually by using these tools and collecting materials and going through your technology tree, essentially treating it like a 9 to 5, then maybe, just maybe, you can have a base that looks like this. I'm kidding. This one actually looks terrible. Don't ever build a base like this. The layout is awful. but I really was just trying to get into the game, so that's why it's like this. Yes. My number one enemy in video games. Inventory control. Listen, you actually have a lot of space in your inventory, and if you put your ability points that you get from leveling up into your carrying capacity, makes this game so much more enjoyable. And one thing that I do enjoy is the random encounters that you have in this game, such as the raids. And as I turn on my defense system here that I built, we're about to see an absolute slaughter. Combat itself, when you're using a bow or other weapons, is kind of mid for me in this game. I don't know, it's not as enjoyable as I would hope it to be, but goodness gracious, watching your pals just throw nukes at your enemies is quite enjoyable to see, not gonna lie. And one thing about raids that's also really nice is you can get some free pals out of it without really even doing anything. Now, as the slaughter begins to die down, you may be thinking, he's really glazing this game. He just loves this game. It's such a good game. It's good. No. I do have some problems with the game in general. I'm not the biggest fan on the lack of story. You have these boss rooms right here, but leading up to the boss rooms, there's not really any story about them. There's nothing in the game that feels like adventure. It's really just a sandbox. And for me, I love adventure. I love pursuing a story. And I enter into this dungeon right here being massively underleveled. And it would have been much more enjoyable if there was a reason to be here rather than just getting a rare boss, right? But for me, that didn't really exist throughout this entire game. Now, I will say this fight was a lot of fun. Like, this is my favorite weapon right here. Getting to use a flamethrower is actually pretty cool. Not gonna lie. But going back to what I was saying about the story, it's just non-existent. And I have looked at Palworld and their future plans for the game. They're gonna add things like PvP and more updates to multiplayer and performance enhancements, all these things. That I get it, it's fun. It's gonna probably stay around for a while, but there's just nothing there for me when it comes to creating an actual adventure. All it feels like is a sandbox. And adding PvP, sure, it might be fun to play against somebody and stunt on them with all of these new monsters that I got. But in actuality, is it really going to be fun when I don't have an engaging story or something that can keep me bought into the game? I don't really know, and it's not really up for me to decide. I'm just here giving my thoughts on a game that I played for 10 hours, but I think they're kind of doing themselves a disservice by not including some major story element. I mean, for goodness sakes, you wake up and you have a little tablet tell you that the towers are the key, but you don't really find anything about the story in the first 10 hours aside from that. It's kind of And let me just say, I am just talking about the first 10 hours. There could be more story in the game later on, but I don't really see that. And of course, you see me commit a cardinal sin here. I killed the boss instead of capturing it. Oh man, that sucks. That sucks. Yeah. I took a few moments to contemplate life, to contemplate the failures that I have committed and sins that I just let you bear witness to. But don't worry, guys, don't worry. The bosses do respawn after an hour, which is honestly a pretty good mechanic to have. The ability to go back and fix your mistakes and capture the boss that you meant to capture and accidentally killed. Yeah, that's me. I get that. That's a good forethought. But in general, with this game, it's really up to you whether you like it or not. If you like sandboxes, this is probably a good game for you. If you like playing against friends or playing with friends, there is a multiplayer. But the PvP isn't added yet. I did see that they are going to add PvP in the future. That is one of their plans, and that could be fun. If I had to describe the amount of fun that I had in this game, it would be like entering a game, enjoying it for the first few hours because it's all new, getting used to the things that are new, and then not caring about finding new things in the game. I feel like because there was such a lack of structure, it almost became unenjoyable to me. There's only so much time that I can enjoy spending on finding lairs and fighting raids and doing dungeons over and over again just to get a new monster or to grind out to get a rocket launcher or a gun or something like that. It's just not what I enjoy. This is our buddy Jeff, by the way. Everybody, Jeff is someone that we it's like liberated from his evil organization. And now he's joined us and he's helpful and he likes to work and he doesn't get paid and I feed him. So yeah, he's a great laborer. Would you believe it if I told you I won him in a game of poker? Yeah, that's not the truth, but let's go with that. I did not beat him down and then force him into the shackles of a pal sphere. That definitely did not happen, right? But as you can see, there's also some chests and things in the game where you can just go around and collect items rather than having to craft everything, which is kind of nice. And right now we're building something completely diabolical, and you may have already seen it in action, but this thing is wild. The irony of the pals helping you make the thing that can kill them
Yeah!
is crazy to me. Come here, buddy. Come here. I do like that you can emote and do all these different things. Like, isn't it cool that you can do this? Come here, Jeff. I want to show you something. I'm sorry. It's for the video. Oh, loot. I must say, the game does feel very nice when it comes to the layout. In fact, I kind of feel like Mufasa up here. Everything the light touches is our kingdom. What about the parts where the light doesn't reach it? There's nothing to do there. The best thing to do is to leave. If you stuck through to this point, then I really thank you for watching this entire video. Be sure to like and subscribe if you have not already. I really appreciate the support. I'd love to do more videos like this on different games in the future. So if you have one, why don't you drop it in the comments? I would love to check them out. If you are interested in joining the stream, you can join on that link in the bio. If you are interested in some of the other things I do like making Fortnite maps, and I'm dropping some of those on different channels and different places. So be sure to subscribe to my other channels as well. Thank you so much again for spending time with me and watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you again on future videos. Thank you so much, guys.